Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine, presented by the Navy Federal Credit Union. Time to shine the light on Navy men's track and field with Sean Casey. Sean, for you guys, obviously, the marquee says it all this week. Where do you feel you and your teammates are as you get set to try and add another star to the collection? So many of them so far put up by your fellow Navy sports colleagues as you take on Army this week.
Yeah, so I think our team's been progressing really well. I mean, obviously at the beginning of the season, there's a little bit of rust busting that we got to do. But over the last couple of weeks, we've really been taking it to another level. A lot of very good individual performances. I'm really looking forward to bringing it together as a team to put another one down on Army.
You guys have one of the best coaches and clearly coaching staffs in indoor and outdoor track and field that are available to you. What has it been like to lean on them over what has transpired literally over the last 24 months, something that there's no manual that you can turn to try and keep yourself going with what you all have gone through as student athletes?
Yeah, well, they definitely understand the challenges we've been through, and they're obviously going through the same challenges. So I just think they're very personable and just really great people. So honestly, like the competitiveness they bring as well, like the coaches, it's not just the players bringing the energy, the coaches are bringing the energy as well. And like just the mentality that whatever chance we get, we're going to make the best of it. So really just every single chance.
How much do you lean on your teammates too in times like this?
Oh, for sure. Teammates are like the biggest part of this sport, as I've learned over the last 4 years. I mean, just the energy you can bring to a meet, it really just compounds on itself. So you think that it's an individual sport, like each event, each PR you have is based on how well you can do, but really like the energy that your teammates and your coaches can bring can really elevate you to the next level.
It's a fascinating sport, as there are other sports like this where you can do your personal best, but an opponent may do their personal best that day and it might be better than yours. How do you wrestle with that, where you look at the individual accomplishment and go, man, I've never run faster than that, and sometimes it may only be good enough for second or third for an individual performance that day?
Yeah, so I mean that's what it comes down to. I mean, the PRs are great and all, but at the end of the day, it's about winning. And I want to bring it back to a quote they have from our old coach Cantello for cross country. He said the PR is like a cookie. You eat the cookie and it's over. Whereas winning, that's forever. That's the memories you have. So really what we're looking at is how the guys at Army are doing. And then at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how fast we run in Army Navy. It's not about the times. It's not about how far we throw or how high we jump. It's about how many people we beat and getting in front of those Army guys.
Trust me, as someone who's eaten a lot of cookies, it's very disappointing when those cookies are all over with. You know, this rivalry is as big as it is in any sport. From the time you arrive on the yard, it's go Navy, beat Army. How do you make sure though that you maintain focus and don't necessarily get caught up in the hype of having to beat Army?
Yeah, well, I mean, we have ambitions outside of just Army. So obviously Army is pretty early on in all of our seasons. So it's definitely the first goal that we look towards. But at the end of the day, we're trying to become a better program all around. And that comes with winning Patriot League championships and then even getting people to represent our team on the national level, get the Navy jersey out there, and really show people that we are some of the best.
Why is your facility so good to not only train in, but obviously compete in as well?
Yeah, so obviously we have a lot of meets here at Navy, and it's definitely a privilege with the facility. I mean, the bank track and all the throwing pits and the jumping pits, like it's some of the best I've seen. So really just having that available to us really gives us the opportunity to get better every single day of practice. And even just like running around and throwing weights and jumping with the view of the Severn right there. I mean, it's surreal.
You obviously competed in an area incredibly competitive. South Lake's one of the most competitive environments over there in Northern Virginia. You've become one of the more decorated athletes, along with the likes of Grant Hill over there at South Lakes, with what you've been able to do in your collegiate career. Competing in that environment, how much did that prepare you, obviously for now, Division I, where you've obviously been a very good competitor here at Navy.
Yeah, I do hear that a lot of people like to give me credit for what I've done. But what I always think too is that all the people that are above me, all the people that I'm striving to be. So like at South Lakes, it was always Alan Webb. He had the American national high school record in the mile. It was always like, no way I can get up to there, but always striving to be there. And then even here with the great teammates I've had and the great alumni we have at Navy track and field, that's what's pushed me to get better. And I think that's what happens to a lot of our athletes as well. Just being in such a competitive environment, the competitiveness really brings us all to be our best.
People talk about the brotherhood. You just mentioned it. I imagine it's as real as everybody describes it, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, our senior class has become so tight over the last 4 years. I mean, these are the people that I think I'm going to spend the rest of my life as best friends with. So even past my last couple seasons of competing, I'm looking forward to staying in contact with them and really spending my next phase of my life with them as well, because they have really pushed me to be the best I can be. And just the friendship is unreal.
So, you had a father that played football, at the collegiate level, to be able to share, that kind of Division I. Hey, we, both done this now. How unique is that to share that type of experience as a family?
Oh yeah, my family is a very active family. We even have a dog that's very active, and I like going on runs with my dog. So just the grit that my family has taught me, my dad, my uncle, definitely from a very gritty family. They loved wrestling and football and all that, and the competitiveness there, and as well as just like all the activeness around me is just makes me want to be active, and I find so much fun doing that. And then my family always comes to visit and watch our races as well. So definitely the family environment helps out.
Yeah, I mean, you were a well-rounded competitor too. I mean, you were a diver, played some soccer. Was it always going to be track and field? And how much did those different sports? I mean, that's a pretty decent trio right there to try. How much did that help you develop as an athlete?
Yeah, so I definitely tried my fair share of sports, and it wasn't always track and field. I didn't even commit to being a track and field athlete, I'd say, until my junior year in high school, because I was focused on other things like soccer and diving and swimming. So really, like, as soon as I realized that the kind of camaraderie that comes with track and field, and all my best friends are running track and field, that's when I really decided that I needed to stick with track and field. And so far, it's worked out pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Appreciate you taking the time. Best of luck to you and your teammates as you all try to gain another star for the Navy athletic program this weekend when you all take on the Black Knights. Appreciate the time today, Sean.
Thank you very much for having me. Beat Army. Beat them.